Hey, Scott Sambucci here over at Sales Qualia, and I want to share with you an important conversation I have with myself today, and I think it might be a conversation you'll want to have with yourself. And so here's how the conversation went. I 2 weeks ago finished my most recent ultramarathon, so 100-mile ultramarathon in New Zealand called the Tarawera 100. And one of the things that I've been really struggling with over those last 2 weeks is like, why didn't I feel a much stronger sense of accomplishment after finishing that race? A lot of times when I cross the finish line, I have this overwhelming feeling of joy and accomplishment, and a lot of times it brings me to tears, and I'll just sit there and cry at the finish line. And I didn't do that this time. And so next I was thinking about, well, what's the next race? And so the next race is frankly and literally a once in a lifetime opportunity. I've secured a spot in the Western States 100. So if you're familiar at all with ultra running, the Western States 100 is the oldest ultramarathon race in the United States, in the world, and it's very hard to get into. There's 10,000 people that were trying to get into 300 spots this year, and I managed to get a spot this year. And this race is known not only for its being, the oldest and sort of the Super Bowl of ultra running. There's also this cachet, or this challenge, that it's not just finishing the race, but finishing the race in under 24 hours. 24 hours is sort of this magic threshold that a lot of people that do these 100-mile races, is what we sort of strive to do, is finish under 24 hours. And if you finish this race in under 24 hours, you get this very special silver buckle, which sort of sounds comical when you think about it. And as I thought about, this magic number, this 24 hour sub 24 hour number. Now I've done 3 100 races. I've done 2 200-mile races. The 100-mile races, I've yet to crack the 24-hour threshold. And part of that, I tell myself, well, maybe I'm just not fast enough. And that's the conversation I had with myself this morning. And I thought to myself, I'm capable of breaking 24 hours, not just in a 100-mile race, but at this Western States. It's one of the toughest races out there. So it's not just going under 24 hours in any 100-mile race. It's doing it in, at this Super Bowl of ultra running. And when I thought about that silver buckle, it's not about being fast. It's not about earning getting the buckle at the end of the race. That buckle, as I was having this conversation with myself, signifies discipline. It signifies effort. It signifies organization and planning and training and everything that goes into earning that buckle. So yeah, you get the buckle at the end of the race, but the buckle isn't just about being fast. It's representing everything that goes into that, because to earn that means you've done not only something special by finishing the race, but something even more special by frankly just deciding that you were going to put in the time, you're going to put in the effort, you're going to put in all of the work, and even when you're not motivated, even when you don't want to do the work. So when you put all this together, it's this sort of elevated way of thinking, where it's not just enough to do something really hard, which is finish a 100-mile race and do it in under 24 hours, but also to do those two things, to finish the race, do it in under 24 hours in one of the toughest races that is out there. And that's the conversation I was having myself, was really asking myself the question, what am I capable of? And when I said, well, what am I capable of? I know I'm capable of more. And then the follow-on question is, am I willing to put in the work? Am I ready for this? Am I willing to, on February 24th, when 2 weeks after my most recent race, where I had told myself before the race that, I'll probably give myself a month or so to recover and take it easy and, kind of wait and rest. Now I'm 2 weeks after this race, and I'm itching. I'm feeling it. I've already started exercising again. I paced a half marathon this weekend and felt great doing it. A friend of mine, Kelly, who's going to be doing this race as well, the Western States race with me, not with me, but with the other 300 people, he invited me on a trail run this weekend. He said, I don't know how you feel after this last 100-mile race, but we're going out to the trail, probably do a 26-mile run, and let me know if you're interested. So now I have a decision to make, and that's the decision I made this morning. The decision I made this morning was, I'm not going to wait a few more weeks. I'm not going to wait until sometime in March. I'm not going to make any more excuses why I'm, going to drink beer on Friday nights because I can, or like I did this Friday night. I'll flat out tell you, I ate a huge amount of pizza. I drank 2 beers, and then I went to an ice cream shop and ordered the biggest. I ordered and ate a $10 ice cream sandwich. Do you know how much ice cream and cookie goes into a $10 ice cream sandwich? A lot. And I've been telling myself it's okay because I'm 2 weeks after this race and I deserve this time, and I can wait to start training for the Western States, which is in 4 months. And this morning, the conversation I had with myself is that I'm not going to wait. That if I want to do this next great thing, if I want to take what I'm already doing, which is extremely hard stuff, and take myself to the next level to accomplish even more than what I've already done, then it just comes down to this decision. And I've made that decision, and now I'm creating some public accountability that over the next 4 months, because this race is at the end of June, it's February 24th right now, over the next 4 months, everything that I'm going to do on my training and my evening stretching routines and my diet and my decisions on sleep and on my decisions on work, everything for me over these next 4 months starts now, today. Because I want to take advantage of this opportunity. I have this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to run this race, to finish this race, and I know that if I put in the time, if I put in the effort, if I'm disciplined, I can break that 24-hour barrier. And I've just decided that's way too important to me to take advantage of this opportunity than have another week or 2 or 3 of ice cream sandwiches and pizza and beer and excuses not to work hard. So I'm sharing all this with you because, if you're, if you and I know each other, if you're on my LinkedIn profile, if you listen to my podcast, if you know me at all and we know each other, it's probably because you're running a startup or you're a leader in a company. And most of us are already doing that level of elevated work. We're doing things that are extremely hard. Mark Andreessen talks about the hard thing about doing hard things, right? All of this stuff is really, really, really hard that we're already doing. So everything you do every single day is already well past. You are levels above and beyond all of the people around you most every day. And even in doing that, I think all of us can fall into this place of complacency, or to look around and say, well, this is the way it is right now and this is good enough. And I want to empathize, and I struggle with this myself, like how much is enough, right? How much is, how much more do you push? What's the marginal amount of push, and how much gain will that marginal amount of effort get you? And is it worth it, right? So I'm sensitive to that. I'm empathetic to that because I deal with that every day. And on the other side of that, though, the other side of that straddle of, like, is it really worth the extra marginal effort for that marginal benefit? We have to sometimes ask ourselves, are we really doing enough? And it doesn't mean more work. Maybe it's just better work, smarter work, more intelligent decisions, more structure, more planning, more of the work that it takes to be a leader, not just the raw inputs, but thinking about how we're doing those raw inputs. So I'm not saying to myself, well, I have to run more miles, or I have to do anything that's necessarily different. I just need to do what I'm doing better. I need to do a little better with diet. I need to do a little better with mobility work in the evening. I need to do a little bit better with planning out my workouts. I need to do a little bit better when I'm in those workouts that I'm doing. At the end of those workouts, what's the extra 5 minutes I could do after I finish a 10-mile run? What if I did 100 push-ups? That marginal effort, that could be a big gain. So I don't think I have to do more. I just have to do better. And maybe that's something we all can do. And so my public accountability is also my wanting to share with you, maybe this is a day. For me, it's February 24th. This was my day to make this decision, to start this new journey 4 months from now, to break 24 hours at Western States. I know I'm capable of it if I put in the work. And so my question to you is, there's something around you and the work that you're doing every day that you could ask yourself, like, I know I'm already doing hard things. I'm already doing the tough stuff, but is there something else that you could be doing? Is there a rededication over the next couple months that maybe you or your team could do things differently or better to reach that next new peak that you've always wanted to hit, that you know you're capable of, with the right work, with the right planning, with the right team? So all of that coming out of my 2-week introspection around this Tarawera race that I did 2 weeks ago, trying to figure out why didn't I feel more. And maybe I didn't feel more at the finish line, because crossing that finish line of that race in 26 hours and 54 minutes, that's an important accomplishment. That's a big accomplishment. There's a lot of work and effort that went into it. But maybe I crossed that finish line and I didn't feel that overwhelming sense of accomplishment. I didn't feel the tears coming into my eyes and overtaking my body, because deep down inside, I know I'm capable of even more. And finishing a 100-mile race is now the next foundation. That's not the next peak. It's the next foundation for that next level up that I want to hit. And now, over those next 4 months, I'm focusing and dedicating and giving myself the focus to be disciplined, to see if I can get to that next level. And I think I can. I know I can. I know I'm capable of this. And it starts with today, February 24th. So that's it. That's my message today. Hopefully this is helpful for you and in your company and the work that you're doing every day, personally, professionally, in your life around you. If it's helpful, please share this with one other person that you think might benefit from it. I'd love to help as many people as I can with this message. If there's something in here that you think would be useful for someone else, somebody around you, somebody on your team, please share this. And in the meantime, I'm gonna head in, get my work done, so that later today I can keep on with this training. So that's it for now. Thanks for listening. Scott Sambucci at Sales Qualia. And my last message for you is go farther. See ya.